Welcome back to A Healthy You. I'm Carol Alt. Does your skin look great? Does it look 10 years younger like all those anti-aging commercials say it should? And what about when you look in the mirror? Are you happy with what you see? Do you think your skincare products are working? If not, maybe it's not you. Maybe it's what's in the skincare that is actually working against you. The FDA does not police the skincare industry. In fact, no one does. And the companies bend the truth when it comes to representing their skincare. So labels like all natural and organic have been used and abused to no consequence. And if you think you haven't been those fooled, check your organic labels again. Today I'd like to teach you just how to be a little smarter than your sneaky label. So I've asked my friend Phil Masiello to come on the show and talk about skincare. He's got kind of an unusual story as how he became so expert. Hi, Phil. Thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Carol. Thanks for having me.
So, Phil, you and I worked together at Raw Essentials.
It's true.
And before that, you were in the food industry. So tell me how it was that you became so expert in what the ingredients are.
Well, I started out in the food industry, and we were marketing natural and organic products into retail. So I became very, very well versed in food and food ingredients and food laws. And then we started working on skincare. And believe it or not, there are a tremendous amount of similarities to that. So when we started working on Raw Essentials, I was pretty well versed in what the components were for good ingredients.
So let me ask you, I said in the intro that they don't police the skincare industry. What does that actually mean?
What it means is that there's nobody going behind and checking. So I can put whatever I want on the label. Or I can go and get certified to be organic by paying a fee, but nobody ever comes and says, let me look at your raw materials and the process by which you're manufacturing your stuff.
So you can just do whatever you want.
You do whatever you want.
And I noticed that when we had our Raw Essentials line, we would have something like acetyl alcohol. Yet somebody else would have that also. But there was a huge difference in the two different alcohols. Tell me what the differences were.
It goes back to how the FDA says that labeling has to work. And they use something called INCI, which is the International Nomenclature for Cosmetic Ingredients. And that means that there's one way to state something on the label. So if they say cetyl alcohol, it goes on the label as cetyl alcohol. Now, we can get cetyl alcohol from coconut oil, we can extract it from palm, or we can manufacture it in a lab. And there's a big difference.
From what? Petroleum, right?
Petroleum. And it's going to make a big difference as to what it does to your skin.
All right, so guys out there, you're going to want to get your pens because I'm going to give you the top 10 worst ingredients, and Phil is going to tell me why they're bad, okay? So, Phil, let's start with urea. And you want your pens because you're going to check this against your labels of your skincare. Urea.
Urea is really a preservative, and it has really no business being anywhere. You can replace the preservative system with a blend of things like tea tree oil and
honeysuckle,
and salts Japanese honeysuckle. Exactly.
Why is urea bad, though?
Urea is toxic. It causes skin irritations. It causes rashes.
Parabens.
Parabens are very toxic, and we've linked them to cancer. We've linked them all over the place. But again, this goes back to the preservative system. They're very cheap. They're easy to use, so everybody uses them. When it takes a little bit of time to say, let's take a blend of tea tree oil, honeysuckle, salts, etc., and get the right pH balance.
Propylene glycol.
Propylene glycol is actually
so it's petroleum. Anything with prop in it is petroleum.
And it is a humectant, which means that it dries out the skin. So it's working counter to what you're trying to do.
Copolymers.
Copolymers are a whitener that is used, for anti-aging product. But again, this is a product that has no business in skincare because it's actually stopping you from achieving moisturization.
Lauryl sulfates, my favorite.
Lauryl sulfates
what I love to hate.
Are used for the sudsing effect. But again, this is something that
it's an antifreeze.
It's an antifreeze. It's in WD-40. So this is a product that you can replicate using sugars and a coconut fat.
Well, we've given the problem. You have some products that you've picked out. Let's quickly go through them.
The thing I like about what Juice Beauty has done is that they've really taken the product and said, okay, this is a green apple age-defying eye serum. And the first ingredient on there is green apple extract. And then they've put that there, so they have the INCI name, but they've also got the name that a consumer would understand.
Okay, what's your next one here?
The next one is, Derma, which, again, it's a cleanser, but again, it's probably got 7 ingredients in it. Very easy to understand.
And, of course, our Raw Essentials line, which we created together, which are all raw ingredients and no chemicals anywhere. Phil, thank you so much for being on. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, one of New York's top facial surgeons shows us how we can look younger without putting a knife to your face. Trust me, you won't want to miss this.